where we came from in Alberta, the province we came from, when you went to grade 7, you went to junior high. And junior high basically meant you went from like playing Barbies and Super Nintendo to like makeup, blowjob, shoplifting, gangs, etc. It wasn't mandatory, but most people did it. And Sarah and I were nerds, and we still are nerds, but now we have a band, so that kind of cancels out some of the nerdiness or accents that I can't tell by my outfit at this point. I'll have to look back, but anyway, we went into junior high, and on the first day, hi. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to do that. I know. You want me to play it, or you want to give me your number? So, okay, neither of this is going to happen right now. But I promise to look at you periodically throughout the story, so feel like I'm telling it to you. I kind of had that color hair when I was in junior high, too. Okay. So we went into junior high, and the first day of grade 7, Sara and I had spent the summer with my family who lived in Atlanta. We went to Disney World, and Sara and I feverishly collected as many stuffed animals and Mickey Mouse clothing items as we possibly could, because at that age it was so cool. But then we went to the first day of grade 7 in our Mickey Mouse sweaters. I think Sara and I had a Goofy sweater, Epcot sweater, and our boyfriends, I mean, whatever, but our boyfriends broke up with us, and I mean, it didn't happen right at school. Like at school, mainly we just got hassled and ostracized, and most of the friends we had no longer talked to us because they were into, somehow they'd gotten a memo while we were at Disney World that they need to come to school the first day and like hooker garb and lipstick and anyway. Is this story translating? Do you guys understand what I'm saying right now? Okay, good. Okay. It's hooker, like Kate. Kate, come here for a second. Maybe Kate can come up and she can tell the story in Australia. Kate, how would you describe like prostitute/hooker clothes for teenagers? So you tell, I'll say a sentence and then you interpret it Australian, okay? Okay, here we go. So we show up to the first day of grade 7. What's that called here?
They turned up to grade 7.
Okay. And we were wearing Mickey Mouse and everyone else was dressed like hookers.
They were wearing Ninja Turtle sweaters, which I think were pretty cool. And everyone else was dressed like Megan's dog.
And after a very painful day, my mom took us out for Slurpees and to go bike riding. And then when we got home, Sarah's boyfriend, Mitch, and my boyfriend, Wade, both called. They were best friends, so they just called from one house, and they both took turns breaking. I don't know if you need to interpret it. I think they got that. So the next day when we went to school, my mom had spent the week before we went to school telling us we needed to get our noses pierced and wear Doc Martens, but we insisted on wearing Mickey Mouse. And so the second day of grade 7, Sara wore my mom's Doc Martens and I wore a rayon blouse with red jeans.
Do you have those? Do you need a rayon blouse? Even I'm lost to the translation. I think it's some kind of fine polyester. But you don't need to iron, and I think that sounds pretty good.
Anyway, it was pretty terrible, and the point of this was that there are worse things to come in life. And if someone had who's laughing now, motherfucker. I really pulled myself together by grade 8, so it's not that sad of a story. No, it's not that sad of a story, but I just wish like the second morning of grade 7, as I was hysterically crying in the shower, and like my mom didn't get us bras early enough, so we like went to school for like a year without bras. So our best friend like passed a rumor that Sara smelled like pee. Okay, wow, the story has gone way too far. No, I'm just saying, and I practically got my ass whooped by this girl who was like 2 years older than us. And she didn't smell like pee. Okay, she didn't smell like pee. We were totally bitchy girl. But anyway, Brooke was the girl that sat in front of me, and she turned around and she gave me a nickname. On the second day of homeroom, she nicknamed me Tiger. And yeah, and I didn't like the nickname, but everyone was getting nicknames and everyone had good ones. And she was like, "You will be Tiger." And I was embarrassed, but I was glad that I had a nickname. And then she told me, well, then UB40 Red Red Wine came over the PA and she told me she lost her virginity to the song, and I puked in my mouth, and because I was like, okay, wrap it. We're 12, so we have to have sex already. And anyway, then our boyfriends that had broken up with us became really unpopular, and they were kind of just nerdy the rest of high school.
So you guys got dumped, you smell like pee, and you were called Tiger. That's the Australian translation. And FYI, I wore a Mickey Mouse sweater before, and they told me to take it off.
We did tell you. It was embarrassing. I was like, you can't do that. Don't ruin your life. Don't look back.